What I'm going to do now is take you through Work Together 1-2. This is just some practice on transactions, knowing what accounts are involved and how they're classified and whether they go up and down. All right, so make sure you turn in your textbooks to page 17 and page 9 in your workbook. Basically, what the instructions are telling us to do is to read over each transaction, which, as you can see, I have on the screen right here, and then we simply need to put pluses and minuses where they need to go. So I'm going to take you through the steps on how to do that. All right, so I'm going to get a marker here so I can highlight some things. So what you need to make sure you do is become familiar with the definition of assets, okay, definition of liabilities, definition of owner's equity, and then make sure you flip back to page 3 periodically in your textbook, because remember, these are just classifications. These also then, on page 3, will list all the different accounts that go underneath each classification. All right. So if you look here, we have 4 transactions. Anytime you have a transaction, there's 3 steps to analyzing it, and here they are right here. Basically, after you read it, you have to decide, okay, so what accounts are affected, how are they classified, meaning where do they fall under, which part of the equation, and are they going up or down. All right, so I'm going to take you through this first, well, I'm going to take you through all of them. First transaction is bought supplies on account. So what you want to do is go through and you want to highlight, underline, whatever, the what's being affected. So basically, supplies on account. I'm buying supplies and I'm buying them on account, which means I'm not paying any money right now. I'm going to pay later, which means I owe money. And we should know by now that owing means liabilities. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this first. We just said that this is liability, so we know we got to put something in this box. Well, right now we owe $0 until we bought these supplies. That means now we actually owe some money, so that means it's going to go up on this side. It's going to go up on liabilities. The next thing we have to consider are supplies. What are we doing with them? We are buying them. That means we are getting more of them. So what you need to remember now is that supplies are an asset. We own them. If we're buying more of them, then they are going up as well. And if you remember what we've discussed, the accounting equation must always be equal. So if you put a minus sign here, you can see already that it went up on one side and down on the other. That doesn't equal. All right, number 2. Before we even read this whole thing, I want to draw your attention to the word investment. Anytime you see the word investment, think OE, owner's equity. All right. Investment means you're bringing money into the business. All right. You're trying to make your business bigger, whatever. You're bringing money in. All right. So what we'll do is go through this. So received cash from the owner as an investment. So this one's easy. If our business received cash, cash is going up. What you have to remember is that cash is an asset. That means if cash is going up, my assets are going up. And then right here, investment, bringing money into the business, making the business more valuable. That means increasing. And I told you, you got to remember this, is that investments mean owner's equity. We're increasing our equity. All right, the next one, paid cash for insurance. Well, paid cash for insurance. Those are our 2 main parts. So now we got to figure out what they are. Well, cash and insurance are actually accounts. If you look back on page 3 in your textbook, both of them, however, fall under assets. They are both assets. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at just cash first. If we paid cash, we're spending money, we're losing money. It means cash is going down, and therefore assets are going down. But what are we buying? We're buying insurance. Insurance is also an asset. Think of it this way. We're just replacing our cash with insurance. So insurance is going up and cash is going down. So this side of the equation basically stays the same, which keeps the entire equation equal. So you can actually have 2 on one side as long as it remains equal. Okay, last one. paid cash. We just dealt with that one, so we know that one. Paid cash. And then on account. So we did that up here. So up here, we bought something on account, which means we owed money, and if you remember, it went up. Now we are paying that money that we owe. So whatever's in here will now no longer be here because we're paying it, which means it has to go down. So we're losing money, we're paying off money that we owe. That means both are going down, and if you take a look at that. Both sides of the equation are going down, and it remains equal. You can always look at examples in the pages in your textbook if you need more help.